What's going on, guys? What's going on? Happy Labor Day weekend. What is going on, guys? What is going on? Happy Sunday. Happy Labor Day weekend. What's going on, guys? We're like might be the only stock related stream going on right now. So, what's going on, guys? Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day weekend. I guess Labor Day Eve. What's good? Gonna give everybody just a minute to get in, guys. There's probably gonna be like very few people in this stream, but wanted to record this for everyone at the very least. So gonna give everyone about a minute to get started. The tweet just went out. Just a heads up, guys. If you guys have followed me on Twitter and you don't have tweet notifications on, you're not gonna get the live stream notifications or see the tweets because of the new X algorithm, right? So you're just not gonna see the notifications that the streams are live. So if you are following and you would like to get the stream notifications, if I could stream on X, I would, but I can only I'm uploading like full length videos, which have been a huge, everybody seems to love them on X so far. So going to continue doing that. But as far as streaming goes, I'm going to continue streaming on YouTube. So if you want to get the stream notifications, like if you want to be notified of when I do these streams, you should not rely on Twitter because you're just not going to see the tweets because of the way the algorithm works. They don't, you're not going to see like links really unless they have a ton of engagement, right? Links are very like looked down upon in the algorithm because they want to keep people on the platform, which I get. But as far as YouTube goes and streaming goes, if you want to be able to attend these live streams and you want to get the notifications, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, number one. And number two, I would turn my tweet notifications on. So like the little bell icon on my Twitter, make sure you guys turn that on. And that way you can actually get the notifications because otherwise you will not. So I know it's kind of a big thing, guys. I'm uploading full length videos, like I said. If you haven't checked out the new PLTR video, which is right here, guys, that went absolutely insane. Over 308 likes, 230 bookmarks, like crazy response on those. So going to continue uploading those. Glad you guys are enjoying those trade recaps. As always, guys, wanted to welcome everybody to the live stream. This is the true Sunday market, Sunday morning scan. I know it's a holiday weekend. I know we're going to have very few people in on the stream itself, but I wanted to record this for you guys this morning just to cover a couple of my top focus setups going into the week ahead. I know, like I said, it's a little bit more of an unpopular time to do the stream, but personally, guys, when I was learning and when I was like really dedicating, a large portion of my free time to getting better, I devoted a lot of time on Sunday mornings to the market, right? And so I know that if you're, sitting here right now and putting in the 20 minutes it takes to just get a little bit of extra preparation for the week, that's really what it took, to accelerate, the learning process, in my opinion, guys. So huge kudos to you if you're doing that. If you're sitting in and putting the time in on a holiday weekend, I truly respect that. If you're taking some time away from the screens, totally get that too. But if you're in here grinding, give yourself a pat on the back because that's what it takes. As far as the stream goes, if you guys enjoy these streams, please make sure that you guys are hitting that like button and you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel, almost at 14.5K. And as always, guys, we are doing our biggest sale of the summer basically on the Discord. So if you would like to join the Discord, you can go right on my Twitter. I just put the tweet out about our Labor Day sale. The entire Discord's 30% off. So you can get in for like $3 a day, basically is what it comes out to over the course of a month. It's like $90 something, $94, something like that. That's going to be the biggest sale we do all summer, guys. It's going to be 48 hours only. So that'll be live until Tuesday morning and you can take full advantage of that sale. So, that's, like I said, biggest sale of the summer, guys. And basically, quickly, if you don't know what the Discord includes, it's basically a live stream like this one right now every single morning, which is going to help you guys get prepared for the day ahead. We put out a nightly newsletter video as well, which is going to be a video similar to this format, where I'm going to cover exactly what I'm looking at and why. And then it also includes live trading, tons of educational content, and much, much more. So I think it's an absolute steal for $3 a day. But yeah, if you guys enjoy the content, that's the best way to support it. So, all right. As far as, like I said, coming into today, guys, if you're putting in the work on a Sunday, I really, really respect that, guys. And I think that, like I said, that's what it takes to really be successful, is to put the work in when the market is closed, because that is when P&L is truly decided. So I'm not going to keep this stream too long. We're going to keep it relatively simple and straightforward. I'm going to walk through the S&P 500, and then I'm going to cover my top two focus setups for the week ahead. I know normally I cover 4 to 5 charts, guys. It's a holiday weekend. I am going to try to get away from the screens a little bit and enjoy some time away. But we also have Rutgers football on today. Go RU. Any Scarlet Knights fans in the chat, we love you. And we've got a game against Northwestern here in about 30 minutes. So going to definitely make sure I'm tuning into that. And, start to the college football season. So hopefully you guys are enjoying some games. What's going on? Joe Stonks, what's good? Chris, SoCal Breeze, Javier. Like I said, guys, let's get into the charts real quick. I want to cover the S&P 500. First, obviously, guys, lately, honestly, I've been approaching pretty much with a long bias after having a really heavy short bias, guys, through the beginning and middle of October and then into the end of the month, guys. Was primarily, focused on downside plays, almost exclusively there for about 15, 20 days. But now, guys, we are truly starting to see some upward momentum throughout the market. A lot of setups that are really decidedly more, leaning upside right now for me. So personally, the top two setups I'm going to cover are going to both be long focus names. However, on the S&P, I would want to exercise maybe a little bit of caution here, guys. If you guys look at the daily, right now we're looking at the S&P 500 daily chart. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into the stream. I know it's a Sunday morning holiday weekend. If you guys enjoy these streams, make sure you guys are tossing them a like. Shameless plug. But if you look, this is the daily uptrend that we have, guys, from the March lows, right? So if we look at 310, guys, back in the middle of March, we had that really high volume move on the regional banking collapse, quote unquote. And right since then, guys, that was kind of the downtrend retest from the bear market, right? And now here we are coming out into what has been a really steady uptrend. What's going on, GM? What has been a really steady uptrend, guys, since those March lows. And what we're looking at here, guys, is, a larger trend being retested, right? This was a pretty big daily uptrend here, guys. My trend line is not perfect right now. I kind of redrew this. But point being, right, we're coming into a pretty big confluence area on the daily. If we look at the S&P 500 here, guys, the 453 area is a huge spot in my opinion. Okay, I said if we closed over 444 the other day on Monday, going into Tuesday, we would see 453. We got the 453 target in 2 days. Not patting myself on the back by any means, just saying like the levels are the levels, right? But if you look at this larger scale breakdown, guys, this 453 to 452 area is a huge area on the SPY daily. I really think we need to push through kind of this confluence area. Otherwise, honestly, I think we could see a retest of 445, maybe early this week, right? So that's something I do want to pay attention to. Do I think that is maybe the most likely scenario? Honestly, I probably don't. But I really would say that if we do continue to reject at that 452 to 453 area, this would be a spot to watch. As far as the hourly levels go on the S&P coming into Monday, guys, here's the spots I'm looking at, all right? 450 is the big spot, obviously, right? We've seen a lot of liquidity taken at those levels. 449.66 up to this 450 area is a big key support that I do want to pay attention to. The other larger scale area that I want to pay close attention to, guys, is going to be this 451.20 to 451.30 area. Okay, if we look at the hourly chart and we clear everything else, right, we can see that we had some pretty big support on Thursday, right, in this 451.26 area, right? And you can see we swept liquidity at that 451.20 area multiple times. And finally, once we broke down, we saw a move to 449, right? Is this the biggest level in the world? No, but on the hourly time frame, I think it is important. And you can see, why is this a key level? Well, look at this hourly candle that we had into the close on Friday, right? We had liquidity swept at 451.26, almost to the penny, right? We closed that candle at 450.84. And we just could not hold over that 451 area on an hourly close. I think that's definitely notable for me, guys. And so really, I want to pay attention to that level on Monday. If we get through that level, close an hourly candle above, I do think we'll push up into that 453 area of resistance again. Meanwhile, if we cannot reclaim this level and we see the weaker tape continue, I do think we could retest 449 into 449.68. I think that would definitely be the logical retest area, would be Friday's low. We break Friday's low. That's where I think we get a test of maybe 446 into 445. So Definitely those are my S&P 500 levels coming into the week. Like I said, just would exercise a little bit of caution as far as that daily uptrend goes from those March lows. Quickly, I want to go ahead and cover these focus setups for the week ahead. Like I said, guys, currently having our largest sale of the summer on the Discord. If you guys want to take advantage of that, the link to that sale is on my Twitter. Use code STAKE, all caps. You get 30% off daily live streams, live trading, and nightly newsletter videos that go out talking about the market ahead. So do take advantage of that. All right, so 4 hour on Tesla, guys. This is going to be my top focus setup going into this week. Okay, it's pretty simple and straightforward, guys. This is my A+ setup, okay? And it's the reason I'm talking about this first. This is the 4 hour trend on Tesla, right? This is the uptrend that we've basically had from those lows at 212, right? And you can see that since we built off that correction, right, we ramped up, and then we had a lot of resistance at this 244 area, right? We had basically 1, 2, and you could really call it 3 rejections at this 242 area, right? And we swept liquidity on the 4 hour close into the end of Friday, and we closed back over 245, and we're sitting right on top of this 4 hour uptrend. In more bullish markets, these are my favorite risk reward setups. Why? Well, we are at an inflection point on a larger scale, basically, higher time frame uptrend, and we're seeing a key pivot retested, and we've had liquidity swept at that key level. That right there, those are the 3 ingredients that really make an A+ setup for me, right? If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button, guys. I know it's a smaller turnout because it is a holiday weekend on a Sunday morning, but this is an A+ setup for me, and an A+ long setup at that, okay? So this is a, obviously to me, like an A+ risk reward going into Monday. So what I want to be looking at is, personally, I'm going to be looking at the 255 and 260 calls on Tesla. And my risk is going to be really an hourly close sub this 242 level, right? Which would be confluence with that trend breaking down. So personally, guys, like I said, Tesla checks all the boxes for me. If we can hold here and get a push up off this level, I'm going to be looking for 252 relatively quickly. You guys can see how on this 4 hour candle, right, we cut through that zone, right, of price. Very clean, very easy, right? If we look at the hourly chart, even guys from Friday, this was a clean fade down all the way into this zone on Tesla. And you can see, right, 3 hours to take basically 14 or 15 bucks off price, right? We faded from 259 to 244 in, a little under 3 hours. So coming into Monday, guys, this is going to be my top focus far and away. Looking at calls off of this 4 hour trend line on Tesla, 4 hour liquidity sweep at the key level. Again, this is as good as it gets for me. When I look at a weekend setup, I saw this setup. This was one of the reasons I wanted to do this stream, is because I really think this is a A+ spot on Tesla personally. And again, just my opinion, but really like the risk reward here. Definitely an uglier 4 hour candle print. So I want to make sure I'm keeping risk tighter. But I think this is definitely one of the better charts out there right now. Yeah, somebody just said in the chat, best chart in the market right now. I completely agree. So personally, I'm going to be looking at the 255 and 260 calls, because what I'm really going to be looking at ultimately is a test of the upper end of this range, right, which is going to be that 261 area. One of the reasons I really like this chart is because you can see we're testing that daily uptrend as well. But this chart, guys, is a chart that is, has held a really key inflection point, is now pushing higher, right? Especially on the weekly. If we look at the weekly chart, right? This setup is still moving higher. I don't love that weekly candle print, but I love the 4 hour. I love the daily. And so this is my top focus. Like I said, guys, on Monday, I'm personally going to be looking at the 255 and 260C. And again, we talked about it extensively, but this is the A+ setup for me. Does everybody kind of understand why, right? So ideally, what I would love to see coming into Monday morning would be a hold of this 243 area, right? I would really like Tesla to defend that 243 area and hold into this spot on the hourly chart, right? If we can hold into that 243 area, and I'd really, honestly, like personally, I would love if it holds 244. We hold 244. I'm going to be looking at longs on the 255 and 260C. Yeah, multiple areas of confluence is a great point. That's really the extension point there. So, guys, I'll take this setup 10 out of 10 times. I know it's probably going to work. I know it's going to work 8.5 out of 10 times based on my back testing, right? And I'm okay with being wrong those 1.5 times, right? Because I know that over the course of time, like at least in my testing and in the setups that I have taken, I have confidence that it's going to work the majority, right? So, like I said, this is a setup I take 10 out of 10 times. The other chart that I personally really love going into the day on on Tuesday, geez, I'm getting my days mixed up already, is on AMD. And as I said, guys, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you guys hit that like button. It takes literally 2 seconds. We are almost at 14.5K subs. I think I'm the only stock-related streamer doing something on a Sunday morning right now. So if you guys are enjoying the streams, make sure you guys take advantage of hitting that like button for me for just 1 second. And like I said, guys, we are having our biggest sale of the fall/summer on the Discord right now. You guys can head over to our WAP. The link is in my bio on Twitter. And you guys can use the code STAKE, all caps, and get 30% off. No questions asked. Simple, easy. You get free live streams like this every single day when you do that, or you get live streams included when you do that. And we also do nightly educational videos. So, like I said, as far as also a bunch of people were DMing me or asking me how my trades look. Guys, I've uploaded full length trade recaps on my Twitter, right? So you can see like exactly how I enter trades, why I enter them, how I scale out, how I convey what I'm doing to the Discord. You guys can look at all of that. It's on my Twitter. Those are, there's 3 or 4 videos about Google, PLTR, etc. And you'll be able to really understand the way that I trade and if it's a good fit for you. So, all right, as far as the AMD daily goes, guys, we've seen a lot of these downtrend breaks really working nicely. Occidental was a really clean example. OXY, this is obviously an oil name. Really powerful kind of downtrend break off the daily, guys. This is such a clean breakout, like beautiful. This is a Friday mover. This I think the calls went like 3,000 or 4,000% on Friday here on Occidental. So you basically had a 40x on your money if you bought calls on Occidental off the open on Friday. Insanity. INTC was another one that's ripping hard out of that downtrend break. This is one's a little bit more messy, but I mean, it's the same type of setup, right? And now INTC is going for that monthly breakout at 37, which is huge, right? So starting to kind of see a theme here, right? And one thing that we're not seeing is we're not seeing the like resting day, effect too much. We basically printed like 14 days in a row red on a few names going back to last month, like a lot of the higher growth names. Well, INTC now is printing, 7 straight green days, and it is not stopping, right? AMD is my top focus. Very, very similar setup. A little bit of a messy daily chart, guys. This trend is not perfect. However, I really like the risk reward on this long. Also, if you guys haven't seen the video yet about NVIDIA and CoreWeave and this whole thing going on, maybe you should take a look at it. I think it's Nobody Special is the guy's Twitter username. And if you didn't notice, NVIDIA was really weak on Friday. And it sounds like there's some stuff going on in terms of the books being, there's like some artificial demand, I guess, being created, you could say, right? Basically, this company, CoreWeave, is stacking these AI chips and planning to obviously distribute them once prices get skyrocketed. They did the same thing with the Ethereum miners back when crypto was in its, kind of phase. Seems like these guys just like, really stockpile whatever the next kind of bubble theme is going to be. And then they, obviously take a profit on the arbitrage of selling them higher. Anyway, point being, if you haven't seen that video, you guys should check it out. But probably not like the greatest look for NVIDIA. NVIDIA is actually a name that I really like on the short side going into this week. Looking at the daily chart, guys, I think NVIDIA looks like it could be a clean short down to 453 under that 481 area, right? So if we crack those prior all-time highs on NVIDIA, I think we could press down into that 453 area pretty quickly. So I actually like NVIDIA on the short side, and I like AMD on the long side. I think that this could be, definitely a little bit of a catalyst for, money to flow into AMD, which has been the, kind of laggard in the space. Also, guys, I see we're getting a decent chunk of new people kind of joining. If you guys are interested in watching the entire scan, you can rewind and watch the entire thing, guys. We just went over the Tesla chart in depth. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you're tuning in on a Sunday, mad respect. Getting the work in on a Sunday on a holiday weekend, I respect the hell out of it. I did that for a very long time, and I think that's what it takes to make it when you guys are doing this. So if you're tuning into this right now at any point today, I think you should automatically, you're on the right path, in my opinion. I don't trade any energy names too much. I do like trading XOM and OXY occasionally, but energy names trade a lot like financials, and it's a different tape, honestly, than tech and growth and stuff like that. So I try to stick with what I know best, and have traded the most. But if there's an opportunity to take advantage of energy names, I'm going to do so, right? Like there's plenty of times I've shorted oil, and it's definitely a trade that I enjoy. So, all right. As far as AMD goes, like I said, very similar kind of downtrend break setup to OXY and INTC. The difference is we're talking about, hundreds of days of trade, right? Since that high, or excuse me, probably a little bit under that, probably a little bit closer to 60 or 70 days. But we're talking about basically since that very early June, mid-June kind of top point at 132 on AMD, and we have been in this kind of just steady downtrend spot since. D-Rock, really appreciate you rocking the stream on a Sunday, man. Solid info here. D-Rock, appreciate you. Thanks, guys. If you guys want to live stream with us daily, there's the link on my Twitter. You can get 30% off the Discord, and we stream every single day and do this. So, but I appreciate you, D-Rock. That means a lot to me. All right, so like you guys can see, right, we kind of made that high here on AMD, and we've pushed into this multiple times, right? And you can see strong rejection, right? Strong rejection, really strong sell. This is a key pivot, guys. This is a really key pivot on this chart on AMD. And I'm going to be watching this. It may need to print kind of like a sideways day on Monday, but Monday, Tuesday, guys, this is a huge focus for me for a break over this downtrend. You can see it on the weekly chart. It's even a little bit cleaner, right? Really powerful breakout potential setup, guys. This is where I want to be watching like the 115 calls, right? Maybe get a little bit more out of the money exposure when I'm expecting a big move, but AMD looks like it wants it, and I think that NVIDIA catalyst is absolutely a thing. As far as the weekly chart goes, personally, one reason why I really like this, guys, is I think you've got kind of the perfect storm on this. Yes, excuse me, for Tuesday. So Tuesday into Wednesday, excuse me, guys. I got Rutgers football on the brain. I got the holiday weekend on the brain. A rising wedge. I don't think so. I think this looks like a descending wedge, but personally, when looking at the AMD weekly chart, guys, you guys see how we had this really strong support here at 106.50, right? We had like multiple 8+ weeks of support at that 106.50 area. Okay, well, look how these past two candles, right? They closed below the 106 area, but we couldn't get any real sustained downside move except that initial test of 99. What that tells me is you've got a lot of people that come in on the short side under 106 and even down here in the low 100s, and they're just not getting the continuation down, even after back-to-back candle closes below the key level. So you've likely got a really nice amount of shorts that are stockpiled in this name, and that is oftentimes the fuel that you need in order to see larger scale breakouts occur, right? So this is a chart I would maybe even consider taking some longer dated calls on and possibly swinging them, because this is kind of that like perfect storm type of setup, at least for my system, which is, predicated on this entire theory of finding when the most people are offsides, the higher majority of people are offsides in a trade, which I think you've got a lot of shorts that are stuck kind of in a bad spot on AMD right now, which can add fuel to the fire, increase volume, and push things higher, right? And the same goes for the other way. But this is personally, right behind Tesla in terms of top focus for me going into this week, guys. I absolutely love the weekly and daily structure here. Again, this may need a resting day on Tuesday, but I'm absolutely going to be watching this for a big time continuation move going into this week and next week. So like I said, this is even a chart that I would maybe consider swinging some calls on. So like I said, guys, those are going to be my top focus setups for the week. Hopefully you guys are going to have some fun. It's Labor Day. It's a beautiful time to enjoy some time with friends, family, and your loved ones. But like I said, I did want to come on here and kind of walk through two really fantastic setups that I think look great going into this upcoming week, guys. Like I said, when I first started trading and getting really serious about this, I put a lot of time in on Sundays. So if you're taking the time, 20, 30 minutes to watch a stream on a Sunday, guys, I think that's a huge dub. Pat yourself on the back, and that's what it takes, in my opinion, to accelerate the learning process. So GG's to you doing that. And like I said, I think there's some beautifully massive plays setting up for this week. Like I mentioned, guys, if you'd like to join us for daily live streams and live trading. You can hit that link on my Twitter, the WAP link. Use code STAKE and get 30% off. It's all caps. And join us inside the Discord. Join us on daily live streams. We do this every single day, every single morning, and we get ready for the market. So I will see you guys on the stream next week. We're going to keep putting out more content and more videos on Twitter and here on YouTube. So like I said, if you guys enjoy these streams, make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you have tweet notifications turned on. And I hope you guys enjoy a fantastic Labor Day. Thanks, D-Rock. Appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy a fantastic holiday weekend, guys. Massive week coming up next week. Those are my two favorites. I will see you guys next week. Peace.